Hi everyone, if you're watching this video, that means that you have made it to the training for the Google Docs, Slides, and Sheets. First, I want to congratulate you guys just for making it this far. It's a big accomplishment for getting this training done. That means you're moving up in the company and in the world, so good job on that. Today we're just going to be talking about the simple functions of these applications and how to use them. This will help you throughout your training for the rest of the time here, and also just how to apply it to the actual business world here while you will be working with us. So let's get started. We will first be talking about Google Docs. We'll talk about why we need to use it, how we will, and what does that mean whenever we use it. So what is Google Docs? It's basically just a written document producer generated from Google itself. It makes things such as essays, resumes, reports, notes, and other written forms. Here in the company, you guys will mainly be using it to write reports and notes that you guys want to send out to other people. This platform also has editing tools that will make it easy for you to tailor it as you feel needed, so you can use it as you feel such. It also has automatic saving, so it creates a stress-free editing for everyone that uses it. You guys will not have to worry about continuously hitting save in case you get distracted. Have somebody come up to you that needs other work done, it will automatically be saved for you. And also, all the materials within this Google Doc can be transferred to and from other Google platforms, so that makes it really convenient for everything. So how do we use Google Docs? You will first come upon this homepage here. It has all these different selections that you can use for starting a new document. You can use a blank one, a pre-made essay report, class notes, there's resume ones. There's a bunch of different ones that you can use to go here, and it'll just give you different formats. Most of the time though, you guys will be using this blank form, and you will tailor it as you feel needed for what you are doing. So whenever you actually start a new blank form, there's all these different things that come up. So before I even get into it, I want you guys to know throughout this presentation, I have all these screenshots of what each application looks like, and I have the important things circled. So for instance, this file one, you can see I have highlighted file, and over here I noted that this is the file segment we're talking about. And the underline and bullet color matches the circle, so you know which one corresponds to what as we go through this whole document. So to begin, we're going to start over here. This is the basics, what you see whenever you first get in. Up here is where you can title your document, whatever you want it to be known as. And then you have the simple undo, redo, print, spell check, and format painter or functions over here. You guys should automatically be familiar with those. As we scoot over, we have the headings, the font sizes and types. We have bold, italics, underlined, highlight, font color, all that fun stuff that you guys can use as you feel needed. And then as we keep going, we have the different types of line spacings, paragraph styles, numbers, bullets, anything you guys might need over here to fix it as you feel needed. And then the share button. The share button will be really important. You guys will want to use this to have the document available for all other employees that you need it to be seen to. We'll go on down here to the file one. First of all, we're going to talk about these ones right here. We have a share button, which is the same as what the share button is. It's just a different way to reach it. We also have where you guys can open up a new document. You don't have to exit out and open up a new one. You can open up one that's already made, or you can make a copy of this one you guys are already using. So you'll have two of them, and you can do different things with them as you need to. We also have the download and send attachments over here where you guys can email it or download it as a Word document, a PDF, however you guys need to. You guys can also rename and move it and add a shortcut to your drive for it so it's easily accessible no matter where you are. And then of course you can publish and see the document details and see where you need to print it at. These are all pretty basic functions. I hope you guys already know what they are about. We move on, we have the edit formats, and that's just undo and redo. Again, they were down here. You guys can use them in either way. You can see here's the paste and copies. I hope you guys know the shortcuts already, such as Control-C and Control-V. That will make it a lot easier than having to use these, but in case you guys forget those or just in a different way, here's where you guys can access to copy and paste. And then this find and replace, you can click it and you can open up a box. You guys can type in any words you need to. So let's say where I've talked about here, instead of writing talking, you guys will put find the word talking and replace it with discussing. And any word that is labeled as talking or is written out as talking will be changed to discussing for you. You don't have to go back through and change all of them, you need to. Moving on over the view, there's the print layout and the mode to change how you need it. It shows all the rulers that you can change if you don't want to see those, and you can change it to full screen mode also. And then as we move on, we have insert, where you can obviously insert images, tables, charts, whatever you feel needed to make it more personalized. You can add in any special characters that are not included on your keyboard, add footers and headers and page numbers to make it easily accessible, and embed links and comments as you feel needed for it. And then over here at format, this is the basics, what was already on the toolbar up here. It's just text, paragraphs, headers, and clear formatting. You guys should all be familiar with that. So we will move on to tools. And here we have spelling and word count, review, and dictionary. You guys will definitely want to use spelling and word count, especially since we do not want to use too many words. We don't want people to get bored with what we're writing, so we'll want to make sure we keep it at a minimum of what we need. And we'll want to make sure we always have correct spell check in there. And if we are, for some reason, sending it to someone who, let's say, speaks Spanish, we can use this translate button. It'll automatically switch languages for us. So now let's move on to Google Slides. So Google Slides is the same thing as Google Docs, but instead it's a presentation producer. So you guys can make slideshows, informative graphics, videos, photo albums, and so on. So whenever you guys first open it up, it looks like this. This is once you click on getting a new blank one. There are also different slides that are pre-made that you can choose from, such as with the docs. Up here is basic toolbar. Again, zoom, undo, print, format painter, layout, theme, transitions. It's just the same as what using any other presentation producer. So now taking a little bit of a closer look, we're going to first look over here on the right hand side. This is what is known as themes. These themes, they will change the background and the format of your presentation. So it will automatically change font styles, font colors, different layouts, and backgrounds to make it more unique and make it feel how you need it to in order to get your point across in this presentation. Looking over here at the first tab at file, it's the same as with the docs. I'm just going to point out a few new things. There is an import slides button here where you can, it's just like the docs, but instead of importing another doc, you import old slides. That way you don't have to recreate them. The download button, you do have the option of downloading this as a JPEG or a PDF. So if you don't want to send it as a Google Doc in case they don't have the access to open it, you can send it like that. Moving on, we're skipping the edit button. It's the same exact thing as what's in docs, so I don't want to go over that and waste your guys' time. So moving on to view. The present button here will present the presentation from the first slide. There's different views you guys can use in case you don't want it to be just this one slide view. There's different zooms and rulers as it was before. And there's also speaker notes. You can check if you want to add notes in there, if you want to see them or not. That's all up to you guys and what you guys feel comfortable using. And the insert, it's again very self-explanatory. You can insert images, text box, audio, whatever you need to. You have the option of inserting it from a desktop, from your Google Drive, or from a search box, whatever you guys feel most comfortable doing. You can also insert different shapes, tables, charts, diagrams, word arts, and lines to make it more fun and more vibrant to look at to engage your audience more. And then again, this is where you guys can have comments. You can add a new slide rather than clicking it from up here at the top, and you can add in slide numbers if you feel needed. So going on here, we are going to first look at this slide, document, and tab over here. So over here, you guys can insert a new slide if you don't feel like doing it up here. You can duplicate slides. That is, if you click selected slides, it will automatically choose the format that that slide is in, so you don't have to recreate the whole thing again. You can delete slides and you can skip slides. So if you are just adding in slides for your view only and you don't want the audience to see it, you will click the skip slide button, and that will ensure that whoever is using and presenting the presentation will not show that slide. Here you can also change the background and layout if you do not want to click these background and layout buttons over here, and you can also change the transition if you do not want to use this button. Then moving up, I wanted to take a closer look at the different layout options that it presented. So I went ahead and laid out all the different ones you can select and what they actually mean. So title slide has a heading and a subheading. The title and body has a heading and content, and then the one column text has a blank spot over here where you can do whatever you want to, and then it has the column for the content and then the heading. A blank slide can be really useful if you don't really know what you're going to do. I made this presentation off of blank slides because I didn't know how I wanted it to go. So you can simply just insert whatever you want and arrange it as you feel needed. We are now going to move on to the final Google Sheets. So Google Sheets, it's again produced by Google, but this time they make spreadsheets. So this can be used to make tables, different research data and formulas, schedules, calendars, graphs, etc., whatever you think you need to use spreadsheets to make. So this is what it looks like when you first open it up. It has these different presets you can use. That it's blank, attendance, grades, calendars, there's lists, reports, data presentations, whatever you think of, you will probably find it in these presets if you feel you need to use those. However, when you open up a blank one, again, here's the basic toolbar. It has the different formats, such as if you want everything to be put in money and date and percentage or decimals, it'll automatically put those whatever numbers and percentages you put in here will be transferred into this format for you. You don't have to go through the math to do it. Again, here's the headings and everything you need for the font and sizing. Here is where you can change your grid fill and what colors you want it and how you want it spaced and so on. And over here is where you can click to get formulas, charts, filters, and links. We're going to go and skip the file. It's the same as the other two, so we don't need to review it. But going on to edit, there are a few I wanted to point out. There's the delete values and edit rows and columns. This will be very handy for whenever you make a mistake. You just want to get rid of the whole column or it's no longer necessary. You simply click on it and it'll delete everything for you. And then an insert, here's where you can insert different rows rather than deleting or changing them. And it has all the different ones. It tells you where they'll go, very self-explanatory. It also has where you can insert everything you need to, such as charts, images, drawing, forms, everything there that you could ever think of. And then it also has a cool function of a checkbox. If you are making lists, that comes very much in handy. On view, you can choose if you want to show the grid lines or not and where you want to, and it also has an option for the formula bar as you move on. And then finally over here on the format, there's themes and numbers. Sheets didn't used to have themes and they suddenly put them in to make your sheets look more colorful and vibrant and again make it more pleasing to look at. Again, here's all the formats for fonts and spelling and everything like that, and if you want to change how your grids are presented, such as the alignment, text wrapping, this is where you'll find all of that. And then as we move over, here's where you can sort things under data. It shows if you want to sort it alphabetically, numerically, however you choose to do that. And you can also group whatever cells you feel needed to be grouped. That way they move together no matter what you are doing. So a little tidbit to add in, all of these Google applications, they do have an option for add-ons. That is, it has all these different things that you can add on to automatically put them into whatever format you are doing, such as math, accents, signatures. There's different languages that you can put in here. That way you don't have to go through the work of doing it yourself. So as we move on back here, I'm going to go back to the front slide as I go through this again. I just want to say the reason for this presentation is just, even if you know all of this information, it's good to get an overview. If you ever forget anything, these slides and this video will be applicable to you. You can go back and view it at any time you need. It's very important to understand these basic concepts. Even if you end up leaving this job, you are here with us now, and afterwards you will still need to know these. They come in handy at all times. Even if you are more of a Microsoft user, you never know when you won't have access. Google is always there. As long as you have internet, that is all you need. So that was the point of creating this and having you watch it. I hope you guys gained something from it. And if you have any questions, don't ever be afraid to ask any of us here. Thank you.